several groups we also had here from the botanical gardens and from restaurants, hotels, and destination places. And our two questions were, how do you differentiate yourself from the competition? How can you rise above the noise to showcase what makes you special? And obviously, some of the things we're trying to do is just like the first table is, it is all about relationships. It's all about networking. What most people want is they feel comfortable with you. They're not coming to necessarily a place because it's the place. They're coming because they know they're going to be taken care of. And that's all about relationships. It's not a short-term approach. It's not, unfortunately, a quick fix, which a lot of our bosses are looking for. What are you going to get me today, next week, or whatever? It is long-term. But it is, the big thing is cross-marketing. Some things are as if someone comes to you and you can't take care of them. You just don't automatically say no. You go to your competition and you say, you know what, so-and-so has that property or has it available. Let me show you them. And you hold their hand to them. It's almost like the Miracle on 34th Street where, you know, Macy's goes to the Gimbels and vice versa. You're going to someone else. And you're not just saying no, you're saying yes with a twist. You can't take care of them, but you're going to take care of them because they're your client, even if it has to be somewhere else. It's like I said, it's not always about the immediate. One of the things we have done also is that you also stay connected with your client, and that means going the extra step. That means giving out your personal phone number if you so desire, depending on how much you want to be called or contacted. But that is another touch. Instead of just giving out the business phone, you say, listen, you are an important client to me. You're a customer I want to keep. And because of that, this is my personal cell. Please utilize it at your discretion, but I'm here for you. And that shows that you are immediate. You're there for them. It's the hand-holding. It's the whole thing of connecting, that they are looking at you as being the professional. And so they're looking at you for guidance. And hopefully it's a relationship that they feel comfortable, and they're also going to believe in what you say. The worst thing you can do is make them feel like you are being disingenuous, that you're just smiling because you want the sale. It's got to be about the relationship. It has to be about you wanting to help them succeed. And because you're making them succeed, you're succeeding. Basically, a lot of times it comes down to is, the next question is, how do you help your planners get creative with small budgets without selling your services short? Where do you draw the line when they're asking for free, as we were talking about in the past? And that is difficult. A lot of times what you'll do is, you'll do about, instead of giving what I call hard dollars, because everyone just wants, like you said, the price. What's the lowest price? Is maybe giving soft dollars. Instead of saying, you know what, we'll upgrade you. Perfect in hotels, if you're there, you upgrade. Or if it's a dinner, you know what, instead of doing a 3-course, I can do a 2-course dinner for you, like we talked about. Or instead of doing this particular item, I can offer you an enhancement of doing a different dessert, upgrading the meal, perhaps doing a cocktail hour for you if you book for us for 3 nights instead of 2 nights, you know. A great one that Daryl had was, he had a customer come to him and say, you know what, I want the rate I had in 2005. Comment back says, if you book 3 years in a row for me, you got it. They did it. So that's a great way of being creative in your marketing strategies, is that, you know what, if you lock in on me on that price for 3 years, you got it. In other words, you're asking for something back, but it's a win-win, because then they go back to their boss and say, guess what? Your price, it's not increased for 3 years. You got it. Or guess what? I got us a great meal. Instead of getting, you know, the 2-course, I got us the 3-course. Or you wanted it at this price, I got this meal at this price for us, and it's still a great enhancement. Or we're including this to it. It's all about trying to work with you. Unfortunately, a lot of people nowadays, it's always about discounting. You know, we're going to give you $10 off, $15 off. Unfortunately, that is a hard dollar, and that hard dollar drops to the bottom line or doesn't. Whereas you're offering something soft, that gives you that cushion where, yeah, you're giving them something that's a $10 dessert. Well, that $10 dessert is probably cost you $1.50. So those are some of the things to get into. And basically, that pretty much covers it all. Basically, don't say no, say yes. And say yes creatively.